And a wonderful good afternoon to the Barbados Labour Party family. How are you all feeling? Can you not feel that sense of victory? Can you not feel that we are on that precipice to make a great change in this country? Do you not feel that we are going to see the first female Prime Minister in the history of this country? That is what I am feeling. Ladies and gentlemen, I have come here to the wonderful parish of St. Thomas to give my strong and unswerving support to my colleague and friend, Cynthia Ford. Cynthia Ford is the person that I sat down next to in Parliament for 5 years. And I found her to be extremely supportive, extremely committed to the Barbados Labour Party, and always there to give a hand to anybody who asks for it. And I am 100% sure that Cynthia Ford will be the Member of Parliament for St. Thomas yet again. You know, I don't know if there was ever a time that the Democratic Labour Party member lost their deposit, but I think if this time, this is the time that it will happen. Because so many people in St. Thomas love Cynthia Ford, just the same way that she loves them. She knows almost every constituent by name. And who she don't know by name, she would have even taught at school. And when you hear the people of St. Thomas speaking of Cynthia Ford, they speak of her in the most loving terms that you would ever hear of any Member of Parliament across Barbados. Anytime there's a Barbados Labour Party event, you can be sure once Cynthia Ford is available and healthy, she will be there. Because she is committed not only to St. Thomas, she is committed not only to the Barbados Labour Party, but she is a strong and committed Barbadian because she wants to see Barbados do the best it can be and always be the best it can be. That is why I am backing Cynthia Ford. And I want you, the people of St. Thomas, the people of Barbados, to back Cynthia Ford too. You're backing Cynthia Ford? You're backing Cynthia Ford? All right. But there's another woman in the Barbados Labour Party. Her name symbolizes love. Did you know that amor is love in Spanish? And for somebody whose name itself symbolizes love, that tells you the love, the care and affection she brings to the people of Barbados. Because Mia Amor Motley loves the people of Barbados. And the people of Barbados love Mia Amor Motley just as much. And you know, love always overcomes hate. And anybody or any party motivated by hate will always be overcome by love. And I am confident that Mia Amor Motley not only will win her seat and beat Patrick Todd, you know, the putting him as he running for the Senate. He running for the Senate. Todd running for the Senate. But not only will Mia Amor Motley win her seat and beat Patrick Todd, but Mia Amor Motley will win the election for the Barbados Labour Party. You know, and I watched Frandel say that he gonna win the election. Did y'all see it? Did y'all hear him say that he gonna win the election? But when you look on his face, you can see he does not really believe it in his heart. He's saying it because he has to say it. Because the politician never says that they're going to lose, so he has to say that. Because he has to motivate his troops. But he knows that he will not win the next general election, whenever it is called. And I will again tell him, ring the bell, Frandel. Because when you were put in that job, you were put in that job for 60 months. But 60 months gone. And it's time that you should vacate the office and give somebody a chance who knows what they are doing. Well, for the last 10 years, we have been drifting left, right, and center. No direction, no vision, no leadership, and taking us down the wrong road. 22 downgrades. Time to bring Barbados back from the brink. Time to return the Barbados Labour Party to office. And you, the people of the Barbados Labour Party, you need to get out there in your numbers. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell all your neighbors, tell your work colleagues. We need to save Barbados. We need to restore Barbados. We need to rebuild Barbados. And we need to bring back some civility to this country. And we need to elect the Barbados Labour Party in whichever constituency you live in. And let me make it clear. Let me make it clear. The only way to get rid of Frandel Stewart and the Democratic Labour Party is to vote for the Barbados Labour Party. Forget all these minor parties. Forget all these minor parties. They're just spoilers. They're just there trying to cut votes. They're just there because they're motivated by hate and vengeance. But you are not joining in with them. You know what to do. You know where to put your X. You know exactly what y'all will do on election day. Because everybody in here getting out there and voting for the Barbados Labour Party. Now, many of you will not know this, but I knew Mia Motley from the time I was 5 years old. And I am 40 now. So a long time. And let me tell you, when I was 5 and I think she was 7, from then, everybody that went to school with Mia Amour, that means love, Motley, knew that she was somebody special. She had a special disposition. She had a special ability to make friends. She had a special ability to speak her mind and always tell the people the truth. And she took people into her confidence every single time. And as I watched her progress through the years, I saw her blossom into the fantastic, charismatic, erudite, accomplished leader that she is today. And wherever you go in the Caribbean, when Mia Amour Motley is the Prime Minister, you could be proud to tell anybody, Mia is my Prime Minister. Well, any of y'all could be proud and say Frandel is your Prime Minister now? Well, there's no pride in that. It's a bit of a disgrace, really. No, I'm not going to call him what Kerry Simmons called him. I will leave that for y'all. I am not going to do that. But it was an absolute disgrace what they have done to Barbados. And with your help, we are going to make Barbados better. For everybody. For the Barbados Labour Party. For the Democratic Labour Party people that are going to vote Barbados Labour Party this time too. Because we got some Mia-Dems out there. We got some Mia-Dems who, although they might like the Democratic Labour Party because they like Errol Barrow, and we understand that. But they understand that this Democratic Labour Party is not the Democratic Labour Party of Errol Walton Barrow. Because I talk to those Dems all the time, and they tell me that if Errol Walton Barrow was alive, he would have done fire all of them. But don't worry, because we can get the chance to fire all. We can fire every one of them. Because the Barbados Labour Party must be the party returned to office. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just a simple fella from Dayton Road. You know, that road between Dells Road and Dalkeith. And my dad used to run a little shop out there. His name was Kenneth Duguid, for those of you who knew KD's Food Fair. And he was friendly to everybody because that is the area he grew up in. Now, I did not grow up in poverty, but my dad did. He was one of 7 children with a single mother. And he always remembered that. And it's one thing that he always taught to his 2 sons, myself and my brother. He says, never forget where you came from. And always, always, always treat every single person with respect. And that is what we have always done. You know, and I got opportunities to travel. The government paid for me to do a little studying overseas and so on. And when I was there, people wanted me to stay and say, why go back to Barbados? You have a bright career here in the UK. I told my professors, see, let me tell you something. You see those people in Barbados? They're paid for me to come here. And I have a duty and a responsibility to take my talents that they've paid for me to get and give back to them. And that is what I did for the last 27 years. I offered treatment to people whether they could pay or not. I offered help and assistance to every single person I could, irrespective of politics, because that is what my father taught me to do. And I am always happy to help the people of Barbados. I am always happy to be there to give assistance, because I know what honor, duty, and responsibility is all about. And those are the mottos that I live by. And that is so important in this day. And that's why I was so happy to open once again, the Christchurch West constituency office in Dells Road. The only constituency office in Christchurch West. The only one. Because it gave me a sense of honor, duty, and responsibility to my people. But I want you all to go and take a ride down on the South Coast one of these days and see what is happening down there. You know, I called the town hall meeting and I asked the water authority to come and represent themselves about what is happening at the South Coast. Not a fella turned up because they said that the general manager is away and they had nobody else. But yet still, 3 days later, they had a town hall meeting about the desalination plant in Chris Sinclair constituency. You all saw that? And an acting general manager could make himself available to that. But why you can tell me that we have a town hall meeting and an acting general manager can't come? Just because the general manager away, they don't have an acting general manager. They don't have a chief engineer. They don't have a director of projects. Nobody could come and speak to the residents. But the residents of Christchurch West and Christchurch South, because Ralph Thorne was involved in it, we know what to do. They did not turn up for the town hall meeting. The people in Christchurch South and Christchurch West know what to do with them come election day. Because we are going to take care of them. If they do not care about the people, then the people will know what to do with them. But one good thing has come out of it. Because I am told, because we took that meeting to the St. Lawrence School. And we had the media there. And the media had to inhale all the hydrogen sulfide and the rotten egg smell all through that meeting. And one thing, if nothing else, because you got to remember, St. Lawrence School is an active school where children from 4 and 5 to 11 are going to school there. And those children had to suffer that day in and day out for months. Well, now they're saying that the St. Lawrence School will now be moving to the St. Matthias Church. And I am happy for that. Because if we hadn't had that meeting, those children would probably still have to suffer there all like now. But we brought it to their attention. We showed them what was wrong. And I am happy now that they've at least taken some action and moved the St. Lawrence School. Well, last time, when we had the press conference at the post office, they closed it down, still ain't open yet. And you all need to understand what the Barbados Water Authority is doing, because that is why we had that meeting. The Barbados Water Authority is digging 300-foot wells and is preparing to inject sewage into those wells. And why we had that meeting is because we are concerned that that sewage could contaminate our drinking water. Now, I'm not saying that it will, but it might. And we have to have safeguards. We have to understand the risks involved with that. Because the worst thing that could happen is that they have made a mistake, as they do from time to time, we're only human, and they have not recognized that they're tributaries to our water source, and the sewage can get into our water supply. You know what that means? You cannot drink water anymore for years in Barbados, because it would make you ill. And that is a valid concern that we wanted the Water Authority to address. Nobody turned up. But don't mind. We understand. It was called by a Barbados Civil Party candidates. So they felt they did not have to attend. But we will deal with them when the time comes. So ladies and gentlemen, I want all of you to get out in your numbers. I want all of you without a shadow of a doubt. I want all of you to talk to your friends, your family, your colleagues, your neighbors, every single person you could call and talk to that live in Christchurch West, and make sure that they return William Duguid as the Member of Parliament for the constituency of Christchurch West. Because you know, and I know, that when you do good, good shall attend you. There's just one other thing I want to talk about, and it has to do with the foreign reserves. You know, when we left office in 2008, we left $2.7 billion, you hear that? $billion in foreign reserves for the government of Barbados. $2.7 billion. Well, I remember asking Owen Arthur, but Mr. Arthur, why you leave so much money there for the Dems to lick out? And this was in 2008. And he told me, well, he was being stupid at the time, because that is what we left. But he left it there because he understood what developing a country was about. Because you cannot develop a country on social concepts alone. You need money to develop a country. And that's what he left there. And you know, if it was not for that $2.7 billion, which they have been living off of, where would we be now? But you know, today, they have $300 million in foreign reserves in Barbados. But where the money gone? Where the money gone? Is there an airport that you can show me that the bill that use up the money? Is there a hospital that the bill that they use up the money? Is there any extensive highway that they use up the money on? But I can't understand. Where did the $2.3 billion go? I look forward to the day that we have a forensic audit in this country. I look forward to the day that we get Scotland Yard and the FBI and whoever else in here to find out where that money went. $2.4 billion. Come on, man. And nobody can tell us where the money went to. It was just ridiculous. But you know, you would understand if they could at least get the simple things right. If they could get the garbage collection right. If they could get people on the buses pick up. If you could get that right. If you could get these simple things right. But if they can't even get the simple things right, well, how are they going to manage the big things? Like the economy and employment, jobs. And that's the problem that we are experiencing in this country. Listen, the Democratic Labour Party just does not know what to do, has not known what to do, and has caused this country 10 years of a lost decade. And we in Barbados and we in the Barbados Labour Party have to say enough is enough. We have had enough of them, and it is time for them to go. Ring the bell, Frandel. Good night, and God bless you all.